Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about the Virtual Internship program. How good is it we don't have to wear masks in Brisbane anymore? I know. First off, I really want to know what, attracted you guys to the Virtual Internship program and your expectations of it. What do you think you were getting yourselves into?
Well, I guess for me, I worked with Challenges World previously and I absolutely loved the program that I did with them. I was so fortunate to be able to go overseas and work with them in their communities there. And so when I saw the virtual internship come up with QUT, I was amazed. I really wanted to do it. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get a scholarship through uni to be able to go. And for me as well, I actually had planned a trip to go to Cambodia at the end of last year. But gotta love COVID. It obviously knocked all of my plans out. So being able to do a virtual internship that still allowed me to work with those kind of communities was really great. So it gave me the opportunity to do it as well.
Yeah, so I actually had no expectations. I thought it would be a really great opportunity before I went into my final year of study, just to kind of get some more experience and some more exposure. But also just be able to do it online from home over my summer holidays. And like Paris, I was really fortunate to get a scholarship through uni, and it just made it so much more accessible and completely blew away any idea of what I thought it might be like.
And Paris, because you've worked with Challenges Abroad before, do you think that the program was up to what you thought it would potentially be?
Yeah, I had very high expectations for my first experience with them because they were just so organised, the things that they had us doing and how we were engaged and working with the communities even when we were in person to externally was absolutely amazing. So going into it, I was really confident and excited to be able to have that opportunity again.
You guys had an orientation to kind of introduce you into the program, so you got to meet who you'd be working with face-to-face or online essentially. How did that help you in starting the program with us?
I know for me it kind of helped solidify that I was doing it. It made it really
make it real.
Yeah, because I think when you're sitting on your computer at home, it's really easy to feel a disconnect sometimes. But to actually get to meet the people that we are working with, not only my team that were based in Australia virtually, but also the amazing teams over in Nepal and Cambodia, it just made it so much more personable, and I became really excited.
That's really reassuring to hear you say you felt connected with them just by that first meeting.
It really felt like we were just having a normal face-to-face conversation like this, honestly. But you could just hear chickens in the background. You could tell that they were somewhere else, but it was so personable.
Yeah, and I think for us, I felt really fortunate because meeting everyone that I was working with, we all kind of connected really easily. So obviously I worked in Cambodia and you were in Nepal, but we still worked together and we collaborated quite a lot. So to able to get those connections running and everyone working together was really nice to be able to put a face to the name as well.
Yeah,
because you can send so many emails, obviously the pandemic.
I know.
You email people all the time, I read 1,000 emails and then you never really know them.
Yeah, definitely putting a face to the name and getting to have that conversation I think really helps. But it sounds like you both had really positive experiences. I guess, is there one favorite thing of the program that stood out?
I can't think of a set moment, but for me, getting to know the team as people, and we were messaging each other really random dumb times of the night as well. So I created some really great relationships with them, but also I know for myself working with and Niru, just having these little virtual chats with them and having them share their personal stories with us, it really hit home how important the work was that we were doing, but it also just it made you want to do well and to do what they obviously needed and to be a part of that team.
Needs of the community and everything.
I think probably my favourite thing, which has always stuck with me since we did the virtual internship, was we had a day where Geordie and Param actually organised the man that runs the schools and the community group over there to come on and do a Zoom session with us, and we actually got to speak with him and ask him questions about the community and how he started the schools over there and how he started the learning program that they had running, and it was just incredible to just sit there, and I was just so in awe of him. We were on there for probably an hour and he just spoke the whole time and you were just captivated by him.
The passion.
Yeah, he was just even though they have such little over there, what they make of what they have is just absolutely incredible, and it inspires me every day working in the education system because we are so fortunate here that if we need a resource, we can run down the road. Whereas there, they have
so much more planning involved to get.
Honestly, I think in the final meeting, especially, I think there were tears from everyone because being able to present our work, but then having community members share how like excited that they were to be able to try it. It was really humbling, and I just remember being so emotional, especially like lack of sleep in conjunction with that. But it's a game changer.
Yeah, I think since you mentioned a community member, I want to know, did you find that really special to like actually meet these people?
Oh, absolutely incredible. Like for myself, and obviously for Talia, like in uni you get assignments where they kind of give you like a case study, and you read it and you go, oh, you know, like that's what they're doing, so you have to kind of interpret that in a uni context. But being in this environment where we could actually meet them and talk to them and ask them questions and have that connection, and even though like it was obviously online through Zoom, which was always a concern, because you kind of think, oh, am I going to be able to build the same connections that I was able to when you're actually physically with someone? It was amazing that they were still so passionate, that you were able to build those connections through like all this technology that we have now, which is so incredible. But I just words can't explain it. I know. I think it was just absolutely incredible to be able to speak with them, and we spoke to quite a few people, and Param that worked in Cambodia, we spoke with him quite a lot, and he was just amazing throughout the whole process. And Geordie, who had obviously lived over there, had been in the contacts as well, which was absolutely amazing. Like if we ever had a question or we needed to know something, we were able to contact them really easily, and they would get back to us straight away.
Or within the time frame.
Oh yeah, sorry. With the time, like a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, of course. And what about in Nepal? Is there anyone that kind of stood out for you in the meeting?
Definitely, like I said before, we had and Niru, and they were just beautiful. Like Niru shared some really personal experience with us. It made us really strive to get everything that they needed within our teaching strategies. It's given us such great tools to be able to have meetings. Like I actually feel so comfortable. I think I in the very beginning was like, when we're talking about what the final presentation would be like, I was like, I'm not like an industry professional. How am I meant to make this pitch? And like, you know, like after working with all these communities, you don't want to let them down. But the final week, I feel like we all really grew, and I just remember like seeing like it all come together, and just like, wow, like we did that.
We did that.
Like, we built this, and like it was just incredible. And like I know we all felt so confident and organized and passionate when we were presenting.
Gosh, probably the biggest one that just like popped into my head then was organisation.
Really?
So like really kind of forced us to be organised, like especially for me, like Talia was saying, I started my teaching career at the start of this year.
Yeah, I know, you were being so busy.
I was trying to do, like I really wanted to do the virtual internship, so I was so determined to do that as well, but I was trying to set up my classroom and everything, and I got lucky. I had such like a passionate and really amazing group of people around me, so that they were able to help me to do that, and I was able to build those organisational skills. And also, like we've talked about before, like the time differences, and if you do have internet delays and stuff like that, so organisation was a big thing, and a lot of confidence building as well. Like it can be, like we've said before, so nerve-wracking to get on like a Zoom call or something with people that you don't know. Like in saying that, it was such an amazing thing, like for me going for teaching positions this year from my previous experience with Challenges Abroad, I actually had a recommendation and a reference letter from them. And when I went to interviews, they were just amazed. They were like, what did you do here? Like what kind of impact were you doing? Every interview that I went to, they were absolutely in awe of the fact
It's a key topic, hey, like they want to hear about it.
And like that, I honestly thank that for like a lot of the interviews that I got, because I think it's something that stands out to a lot of
like
people.
Peru, like what were you doing
there?
And
I think it's also, for us, it's a rare thing at the moment, especially the virtual internship. So if you can have that opportunity and you put that on your resume, like it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I think like it gave me a real appreciation and understanding, like as someone going into teaching, what building something from the ground up is like.
Absolutely.
Like was really like made very like abundantly clear to us that like the work we were doing was incredibly important, and I think that you could see in the community members and our connections over there how invested they were in it, you know, and they were so willing and open to share their own experiences, and I think that just made us realize like how integral.
This is real.
This is actually going to affect other people. But I think like I have a far better understanding of like the impact of what I'm doing, or like what I'm proposing within like my little fake case studies at uni, because it's like I've had the chance to do it in like the
live,
and I know like how like these like little changes for me can be so impactful, you know, and how important some, you know, really like simplistic elements of like what I'm putting in my teaching, how that can really impact the kids or the teachers I'm working with. And so it's just made me want to be a better teacher and
Yeah.
a better person.
I love
to
that.
be.
How do you think it's impacted you in your journey with teaching and studies?
So much. It really has taught me that even though we have all these like incredible things now, it's amazing for kids just to go back down to the basics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just learn of what we have around us. Like I'm really big on going out into the community and using our outside areas that we have
And
I
resources
think, I think working with Challenges Abroad, seeing students that, like I've said before, have so little, but they just are so passionate about what they're doing. The kids are absolutely amazed by everything that's around them. They want to be there. They're so passionate about it. Just completely changed my outlook on how I wanted to teach and the ways that I wanted to go about it. So this year has been a really, really amazing one to actually now be within my own classroom and being able to implement that a little bit more.
If travel was opening up next month, you'd in 2 seconds go with us to
abroad.
Challenges
We would be gone.
Yeah, bags would be packed. I just want to go and give Omaniru a big hug.
They'll be so happy to hear. Why do you feel so passionate about where you're taking your career, and like why do you feel it's important you building yourself up with like this internship with skills?
My passion is teaching special needs children.
Yeah.
And so that's where I've started this year, and it's always been a passion for me, and I feel like they are so open-minded about everything and they just want whatever you can give them in the world. And I feel like having all these skills, going to an internship, learning the basics, learning how to use things and do different kinds of things.
Communication, interacting with people.
Especially that was a huge thing. Obviously going into different countries, we don't always speak the same languages.
Yeah.
And going into my context, I've got students that are non-verbal. And
gosh, wow.
Yeah, so I had to learn ways, obviously in Peru and through Cambodia, to communicate with them without actually using language.
Yeah.
And so being able to take those skills into my everyday life now has been absolutely incredible. Like I'm able to make visuals with them, do lots of fun games with them, and that's actually really impacted me quite a lot. I always wanted to be a teacher, but I think doing these last couple of challenges, the Challenge Abroad has really like solidified it for me.
Oh, I love that so much.
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm in my final year, so I'm still kind of like working
navigating.
it all out.
Yeah,
but I know for myself, having good teachers who invested in my learning really kept me on the right path and made me really, passionate about my own learning. And so I kind of want to be that person for my kids.
Driving people.
Yeah, I want them to know that there's someone in their corner and that, they're appreciated and, just kind of be someone there who's like a real person.
And like that really excites me because like we just want more people out there to really want to do their best and like just progress in the world with the world, I guess, making amazing things happen. And I feel like you guys are really going to equip your students with all those tools. Like, thank you so much for talking with me today. I really hope that this convinces other students like you or just interested to jump over that hurdle and join us for a virtual internship program.
I hope so too.
Me too, honestly. Yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.